Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and we're gonna do a fun little video on our new hauler. So we got the hauler from Washington. You guys may remember it's been a kind of a saga that we bought. Earlier this spring, I went on a whim and bought this old F600, 65 F600 that just was super cool, and I had to have it. We bought it, let it sit at Chase's place that we bought it from, and I waited to find some parts to fill it with. And just recently, I found those parts. We got them home. And now the truck is here. Now, one thing that Chase mentioned to me when I first talked about the truck is that the carburetor was leaking quite badly around somewhere on the base of the carburetor. He wasn't quite sure. He said I really wouldn't drive it other than on and off a trailer. So we need to take care of getting the carb put back together. I'm going to have my dad work on that a little bit. We're going to go through a couple other things, show you guys the truck a little more in depth. Then we're going to try, if the carburetor stuff works out, to take it down on the road and get some fuel in it and do its first journey and try and figure out all the knobs and switches and things on the dash of this thing and see what works and doesn't work. And of course, we'll start our long to-do list for another old vehicle. So let's get working on the big old truck. All right, so Dad was working on the carb for this. This has got a little, you guys saw he was taking it apart. Little 2100 Motorcraft carb, just a 2-barrel. For now, we're just going to leave this carb in the truck because I'm just trying to get it running and driving, and then we might work on modifying it. But we were pretty sure the accelerator pump was bad. It was leaking, it was pushing fuel out of it all around it, making a big mess. So we changed that. This kit that I got came with a power valve. It came with the accelerator pump and a bunch of new parts. He went through and just kind of redid it. The carb was actually pretty clean. It's been redone. At some point it had a little sticker on it where it was remanufactured or rebuilt. So when the person that originally found this truck years ago, they did a bunch of work to it, so I'm sure they got the carburetor, they got a new rebuilt one or whatever, remanufactured. So you could see, I mean, we didn't really, all Dad did was blow it off with brake clean, carburetor cleaner, and got it all cleaned up. So it's pretty much ready to go back on and see if this thing runs again. Hopefully it does. But Dad's done a bunch of these over the years. This is kind of his wheelhouse, the 60s and 70s Ford products. So get this all back in, see if it runs again and doesn't leak, and then we'll see what other problems we got to address on the truck.
New gasket on there.
Here's one.
Video my failure.
What?
No, I think it'll. I don't understand why it wouldn't. I didn't change that many settings in it.
So you just want to make sure it's not pouring fuel out first.
Right. I don't want you to have it running and with gas running over everything and start fire. There's no gas at all in it, so you'll have to crank some and pump it up. You can choke it if you want. Everything's hooked up. What? There's two of them. What's it leaking now?
Leaking fuel all out of the bottom there. As soon as it's shut off. Is that the power valve that it's leaking out of?
Well, I don't know if it's coming out of there, if it's coming out of the...
problem I think it was having before. That's why I was filling up the carb, the intake like that.
That's a good gasket.
Is it cracked? Is it cut? What's it coming out? That's the question.
Well, there's a breather hole here. It could be coming out of there and running down. But I don't know why it would do that. This is a power valve and there's a little pinhole in it, but is it not coming out of that little pinhole? So much fuel.
It's just emptying the bowl.
Okay, well we'll just...
I've put it on the bench and fill up the bowl with fuel and let it sit there and see what it's doing. That's the problem I was having before that he said. He was like, oh yeah, it's fuel all over the place. I wouldn't drive it far more. And I could see the puddles on the intake, so it was obviously doing the same thing before. Ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Still dry.
It was dry when we first started it before.
Yeah. That sounds better for idle. That sounds pretty decent for idle.
Yeah.
Sounds a little fast to me, but I'm used to flatheads. They idle pretty well.
Oh, let it warm up before you
Yeah.
adjust.
Well, it's not leaking.
Well, it wasn't leaking when it was running before. It was more or less when it got shut off. Or when he started... That's the power valve. It won't really get too much gas in the bottom.
That's true. I did rev it a couple times and then it started.
That bottom catch, that power valve doesn't open up until you give it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to see if I can get that to... I just solved it.
I've been that all along.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As soon as you had the same problem he was telling me he was having, that's why I thought either that bottom plate was cracked or warped. And then when Evan brought the gasket, that you could see, he saw it, it wasn't touching. And you tighten the screws, so. All right, so Dad got the truck, got the carburetor kind of sorted. We're having a tiny bit of hesitation issue with it that we haven't really sorted out yet, but I want to take this thing down the road. I've driven it like around the neighborhood one time off the trailer and then drove it here in his yard one time, but we haven't driven it more than like, I don't know, hundreds of feet, and that's it. So we're gonna take it for some fuel. I'm hoping the fuel gauge is right because it's been saying a quarter tank since I've seen the truck months ago. So I'm hoping it has some fuel in it, we don't run out. We're gonna drive it down to the gas station, get some fuel in this thing, and see what works or doesn't work, and hopefully nothing falls off and we make it back in one piece. Moon, you want to pack in the truck with Steve and I? Oh, should we try and put a little fuel in it just in case? Because that gauge does not move, so even just, oh yeah, we got a splash that'll make us, there's about 3 gallons in here. That's enough for 1 mile of driving, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But this has the typical gas can or a gas tank right behind the seat. But I don't trust that. It's not on my to-do list to run out of fuel today.
Right. Too much stuff to do to run out of gas today.
Put a little gas in so we could go get gas.
Mm-hmm. You want me to empty this in there, or?
I definitely put a little, maybe leave a gallon in it or something. Or we could just bring it with and I could fill it up.
Ooh, man,
that would be
talking.
That would be the smart decision. Stay here, Moon. Want to go for a ride? Come here. Come on. You haven't been in the big red truck yet. Go ahead, buddy. Oh man.
Right up there.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for a while. I know. Thank you, stay. We take our tarps out of here. Moon, was this a bad idea? Here, can you sit down like that?
There you go, buddy. Hello. Say hello, doggers.
I know, man. He's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this.
It's like, I want to sit by the window.
That probably would have been easier. He's gonna. Thank you, dog. Can you sit down? Sit down, please.
There you go. There we go. Now we got it. That's a good
Versus
spot.
all the way over and down. I can't even see out of this mirror.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's right. It was backwards on the truck coming out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Okay. It's got creeper gear, so you got to be careful in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Be very gentle with it.
Alright. I'm always like, is the e-brake on?
Nope, that's as fast as it goes.
That's just low gear. Oh,
Hey,
the
brake
brakes
start.
freaking work.
Wow.
Awesome. They're like, whoever redid the brakes on this thing. Yeah, it's got that little hesitation that once you get past it, it seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little odd to get used to pulling out.
Yeah, definitely.
We're in creeper gear.
Is this thing still recording with the screen blank?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just keep pointing at it, whatever.
Gotcha.
All right. How we looking over there?
Good this way.
And I'm not gonna stop. There we go. There's second.
Second gear.
I might have been missing second gear the night that I was trying to drive it loaded up.
No.
Because it was fucking 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
Right.
And I'm like, you probably could pull out the second one.
Oh yeah, with empty. Yeah, you don't even need first gear when you're empty.
It's got a 4-speed.
Yep.
Oh, did we close the hood all the way?
Yeah, I did. It doesn't close real tight, but yeah, I made sure it was latched. Dog.
I'm not getting in the third gear. Maybe I'm. Oh, there it is. I was going too far over.
Yeah, you got to get used to driving not an early Ford transmission again. They're a little closer together.
Oh boy. I'm always like, which gas station is better to go to? Which one is less
Right.
of an issue if you break down?
Yep.
Come on. There it is.
Found it.
There we go. Third gear almost feels like normal.
Yeah.
Driving around town.
Mm-hmm.
First is pretty much useless.
Yeah, it's a 3-speed with a creeper gear is basically what it is.
It's just weird. You gotta get past that hesitation.
Yep.
That's the hardest part is when and then when you shift, you gotta get past the hesitation too.
Yep.
There we go. Once you get past that, it feels fine.
Right.
So whatever that, we just gotta figure out that little.
Yeah, that little off idle whoop.
So the hood doesn't latch all the way, or
It just doesn't. It doesn't pull down tight like maybe there's a rubber bumper missing or something.
Oh, okay.
It's latched tight.
All right. So this ought to be fun. Should we go right and go the roundabout way? I think so. Oh yeah, second gear's not bad at all.
No, yeah. Unless you're fully loaded, you don't need first gear.
Come on, baby. There it is.
Got it.
Sorry. Moon.
Got it.
Sounds like we have some square tires.
Yeah, I've probably been sitting for a while. Those are not new tires. Oh, there it is.
No, that's not it either. Sorry, we're gonna stay in third gear. Couldn't find fourth.
Yep.
I don't know what that was about, but here we are. Oh, I think I got turn signals on.
Oh,
Turn signal works.
Uh-oh, road closed. Don't go that way.
No, yeah, I have to go out and around.
Gotcha.
I think. Oh shit, I can go down that alley. I think. I don't know how. Oh boy. I don't know how wide that out. This alley is, but we're gonna find out.
Oh, plenty wide. Plenty wide.
Except for that truck down there.
Ah.
You think we're all right?
Yeah, he's got his mirror pulled in. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Sorry, I shouldn't have taken Moon.
It's okay.
I have to add the extra complexity of having the dog. But
Yeah. Holy crap, this is one heck of a setup they got here.
yeah, I don't know if I've driven down this alley.
Huge garage with a patio on top of it.
Wow. I think we have enough room here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough.
Nothing can be like easy, you know,
No.
roads got to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find fourth gear.
You got lots of room on this side, yeah.
This guy- Oh, I know where. I don't know if I've ever driven that alley before.
I remember seeing those three cars sitting there that ain't never
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah, they've been there since I was a kid. Am I good my way?
You're good this way, yep. Uh-oh.
And once, if you floor it too much with that hesitation, it wants to stall.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, you gotta
definitely gotta work on that.
you gotta feather it, yeah.
Still in second. The gauge is working because it's just above quarter now with you putting that fuel in.
Nice.
Moon, can you sit? I know you don't like to.
Not a chance.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that. You're getting it.
It's like right next to first. It's kind
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
is that right turn signal working?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, 418. Wow, that's a penny less. I'm taking a bath over here with the dog.
Sorry, Steve.
It's okay.
Moon is he's a required rider.
Exactly, yep.
All right. Holy crap, that was like a mile and a half, and it was, if that.
Really exciting.
Really exciting. All right, you can get out if you'd like.
No, you got to stay in the truck though,
He'll be
buddy.
fine. He won't. All right. Got here. Now we get fuel. Still haven't found fourth gear. Not sure about that. I'm sure it's there.
Oh yeah, it's there somewhere.
These new pumps, you gotta like push down.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah, and it doesn't let you top off like in an early, like in the 32. I was trying to top it off a
Yeah.
little bit, so you pull the nozzle out. It won't let you do that. You have to have that like
Yeah.
black thing has to be touching.
Yeah, like a vapor control or something. Yeah. Well, that looks like red under red there.
That's it.
That's hard to believe.
11 gallons.
It might only be a 13-gallon tank.
Are you still recording? One splatter from driving from Seattle to.
there's one nasty man.
Oh, it is like, I think you're gonna need sandpaper, steel wool to get that off. All those bugs. I think he was doing a lot of his driving at night.
Yeah.
Like overweight.
It would appear that way.
Get it. All right, we're gonna try and make it home. That was very eventful, me not knowing where any of the gears are, and roads being closed and everything else. So second gear is essentially first gear, except if you're hauling like 8,000 pounds of stuff. Good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hesitation, we gotta work on that. That makes it extra hard to drive.
Mm-hmm.
If you miss a shift, you're like screwed. It's like taking a learner's driving with a truck driver for the first time.
It's what it
Feels like, right?
yeah. That flat spot. It's something like if you drive the truck 5 times, you'll be able to drive right through it and never notice it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, but when you first start driving, Al.
Yep.
All right. We're moving. Moving.
We are going.
Did I try 4th gear?
Heck yeah!
There it is.
Yeah,
Caught
buddy.
Caught 4th. We're flying, baby.
Great. We've just hit top speed.
We're at 29 miles an hour in 4th gear. Given I could probably still be in 3rd gear, but
Oh yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I had a 3rd gear.
Right.
Or, I mean a 4th gear.
Yep. Make sure they're all there.
Feels like, yeah, everything feels like it's bouncing. I don't know anything about this truck. I will say the brakes are fantastic.
Yes, they are crazy good.
Come on. There's 3rd. There's 2nd. Alright. The turn signals are working. I mean,
That is definitely a plus.
I'm sure I don't run into anything. I drive this like I have a trailer.
Yep. Now you got your right turn signal on.
There, did it
There
pop
you
up?
go. Yep. Now you got it. Hey, buddy.
Alright, so we made it home safely. We're going to show you the truck a little bit. Other than the little hesitation issue that we're having with the carb, or we're not sure if the vacuum advance is maybe not working 100%, so that's on the to-do list, but we were too impatient to wait any longer, so we just drove it. I'm sure if
There's
Steve
a
and
safety latch on the right there.
where's it at? Right there.
Right there. You just got to push it. Yep.
Steve and I were talking, I'm sure if you were like used to the truck, as I was driving, I was getting used to it, to where you got to get past that little dead spot in the beginning. But we'll work on it for sure and make sure. But Dad, as saw in some of the other shots, Dad got the new alternator mounted on here, and the voltage regulator. The gauge is still not showing in the truck, is not actually showing that it's charging. It'll show that there's a load on it, but it won't show it's charging. But we checked out the alternator, it's putting out 14 volts. So something, I don't know if there's something at the gauge that is messed up, or the gauge itself, but it was not charging when we got the truck. So now it is, which is good. So we're not going to kill the battery, because this thing is a little hard to start when it's been sitting for a while. The fuel drains back or what, but you got to crank it a little bit. But it's got I guess they call it the medium engine. It's a 330, I believe, is what this has in it. I'm not real familiar with this era, but that's apparently what they're called, 330 medium engine, which is supposedly, they're not fast, but they're dependable, which is the key with big old trucks. The braking system was all redone. You could see that somebody had put a master cylinder and all that stuff, and the power brakes work phenomenal. You could see the first time at the brake, it almost put us through the windshield. So the brakes are working quite well. Somebody put wires, a cap, all that stuff on it. Finally the intake is drying up from fuel. It had a giant puddle of fuel every time you started it, and when I got the truck. So that is corrected, much better. And you can actually drive this thing. Before, when I just drove it off the trail around my neighborhood, because it was leaking so much fuel, it was just falling on its face super hard, because it was not getting fuel in the correct place. So we'll put that down. I don't know if that's latched.
Yeah, it's latched.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Latched.
it's stuck a little bit. I sprayed it up.
I'll show you guys if you want to stand outside. This has got the big rig blinky. You blink the lights. It's got a little button on the inside.
Yeah, I think you have to have the key on.
Yeah, I got the keys on. Lights are on. So then these lights up top here, I have a button there. So you can hit the button once, it turns the lights off momentarily, and they turn back on. So if you hit it real quick, you can, when a guy lets you over, you hit the button, and it big rigging stuff. So that was pretty cool that there's actually a button. If you want to show it in here, you can see there's actually a button inside on the left, a little silver button there that says blink lights, marker lights. That's pretty interesting. It has the little crotch cooler type air vent here that you can pull, and it lets fresh air in the side. It has a heater, the fan works. I don't know if we tried the wipers actually. We'll find out. Oh, wipers work. Look at that, electric wipers too. So wipers work. I don't know what this.
They put an electric windshield washer pump on. That's the electric windshield washer.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep, that just came to me.
Oh,
Because it's got the pump on the floor.
Yeah, if you guys look inside here, there's the one on the floor. This is the original one. It's like you just pump in it, you know, vacuum or whatever, pulls the fluid. So Steve just realized this is actually not a horn. This is for the electric windshield washer, which is kind of interesting. This is all neat stuff to me. I've never seen any of this because I haven't really gotten into these. The fan does work on this thing. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that's the flashers.
There you go.
So we know. So that works. Yeah, that's a cool little light. The heater and stuff seems to work. There's a little on-off. I guess you can just cut off the air coming through at all to keep the truck warm, not as hot. But yeah, I mean, overall, like almost everything in the truck works, and it's pretty sweet. Oh, look at this. There's like paperwork from a towing place. It was somewhere in, oh, this is in Washington. This is probably where he bought it, or the guy he bought it from. But it has like the original owner's manual with it. There's a bunch of extra knobs. I haven't even opened any of this yet, but all this stuff's still in it from probably back when it was sitting in like Chicago or whatever. Something healthcare and surgery. Oh yeah, that's it's Cicero Ave. Geez, I know that. Eastwood's on one of the Ciceros, I believe. But yeah, so it's still got like a Ravenswood Health Care Center. So pretty neat. Still has all this stuff in it. Dang it, knob. But yeah, it's running pretty good overall. And so in the back here, you can see it's got these big bumpers on the back that work as steps. The tailgate, I think it's a little warped or something here. You can see that it got bent. If you undo that chain, it will go down. So this side doesn't chain up as good as I would like, but the tailgate weighs like 1,000 pounds. It's kind of ridiculous, but it goes down. So you can see how big the bed in this thing is. It's I think almost 15 foot long. It's like 14.7 or 14.8 or something like that. It's, you know, well over 14 feet long. It's like 7.5 feet wide, so you could fit a little car in here. That was my whole idea. So I'm thinking that we might make some kind of ramps to hook in somewhere in here, or maybe even on this chain here. I don't know yet, like sit on top of it. And then maybe they can either hook into this bar here so the ramps don't slide. Haven't decided yet. The tailgate will, I think if you take that chain, it'll slide down.
Yeah, it doesn't go flat.
It doesn't go real far, but that at least will get it below, like, so you're not running it over. So if we hook maybe a ramp somehow in here so that the ramps can't slide, then it can go all the way down and, you know, obviously out. So that that's the thought process. But they're gonna have to be quite long so that they're not so steep. But I'm thinking if we make the ramps come out, you know, I don't know, what do you think, Steve? 15 feet, you know? I was thinking about making ramps that are basically as long as the bed, right, and then you could slide them underneath the car. Yeah, so if you got 14, 15 foot ramps, you just try and get the angle.
Yeah, that'll definitely lessen the angle.
Yeah, and maybe we'll make it, and we're gonna have to put probably some kind of support, like, I would think, for, although the cars we're putting on it aren't heavy, so if we build it out of like channel or something like that, yeah, or put channel underneath of the metal, it might be okay. So we're gonna have to figure that all out, but I definitely think utilizing something where it hooks in behind here would be ideal, just so the ramps don't slide on you. And then I'm thinking up front, I'm gonna mount a plate or something with a winch, because it's gonna be a little difficult to drive this up in, and also I'm thinking getting in and out of the car might be a little bit of a pain, depending on the car. So probably put some kind of big winch up there just to pull stuff up and on, which will be pretty cool. So yeah, that's the plan with the ramps, and that's the big truck. We got some big plans, and we're hoping to have this thing together and taking it to shows next summer for sure. But we got a couple odds and ends we got to work on this before we take it anywhere far. This cool little door here was another thing as I'm walking up. I remembered I saw this when Chase delivered. It's like a pass-through, and it's got a little square hole, so we'll have to make a little handle for that with some like square stock or something so you can open it up. But that's pretty cool. You can get in there and get stuff out of the side. The truck has a little bit of rust here and there, like where the supports are. I mean, for now, I'm gonna leave it alone. The truck, it's nothing structural. The truck presents fairly well when it gets cleaned up. But what we're thinking is this area right here that was like this teal with the lettering. There's a vinyl sticker that's coming off on it. Getting this cleaning that all up and giving it a clean slate and putting the logo across it. I've already spoken with Hot Rod Jen, is a friend of ours, and first time I posted this truck, she was messaging me saying how cool it was. So I might see if I could twist her arm to get her to do our logo on the side, maybe do some gold leafing. She's been doing a bunch of that lately, and it is freaking amazing. So it would be really cool to get some nostalgic type logos put on the side of this. So we just gotta figure out what color we want to paint the background. It was this teal. We might do a white or something like that, so I have to ask her what she would prefer. But that is kind of the plans for it, is get it just running, driving, get our logo on it, and get some ramps, and then we'll start using the sucker. Down the road, I'd like to eventually get maybe it would be cool to get like an overdrive, like an auxiliary transmission in this thing. Would be really cool, because we could even feel in fourth gear, probably 45, 50, maybe 55 is top speed. So it'd be nice to get a little bit bigger, a little bit longer gears in it, so we could take it a little further from home. But the meat truck only did about 50, 55, and I drove that thing 2.5 hours to Hershey, and it did great. You just gotta stay in the slow lane. So either way, tons of fun. Really cool to have a new hauler for IronTrap, take the swap meets and pick up parts, etc., etc. I'm hoping, like I said, by the fall or next spring to be using this thing like a truck and you know, cruising around it. It should be really fun. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Hopefully this gave a little bit of info into the big hauler truck. Everybody's been asking what's going on with it. That's what it is. So we are really psyched. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Catch you later.